When it comes to spirituality or metaphysics, there are certainly a fair share of channels that I have a problem with. Just like Mark Tassi, and to some extent others like, the Spiritual Freedom Show and so on and so forth, that try to get this more deep wisdom and deep knowledge out here. I have to say, something, 100 times for people to get a fraction of what I said the first time, unfortunately. One of these people that it turns out that I do have a problem with, very unfortunately, due to people thinking that they have things figured out that they clearly do not, because they haven't risen above the lower consciousness in an effective enough way to truly determine the difference between their own thought and the thought of a higher consciousness, let alone a lower one, is this John Saint Julien Baba Wayanama, whatever his name is. He oversimplifies spirituality, and he talks about all this type of, stuff like talking about how we're some type of slave technology, and how the Anunnaki created us, or some kind of crap, like is going on in this, on this surface level New Age. And when I say surface level New Age, I mean surface level New Age. There's certain New Age teachings that actually do hold water, believe it or not. But see, what people don't understand is all this third eye opening, all this stuff about how, people can just, meditate, take no thought. Okay, I want you to understand. Thoughts are things, when Jesus says take no thought, you have to understand, in Eastern speech, there was a difference between things that just don't, some things were considered the same and some things were considered different. They had a different vocabulary, right? Well, these thoughts from these lower energies, these feelings that you get that come over you during meditation, are just that. They're those thoughts. It don't mean shut your brain off. It doesn't mean when you meditate, just try not to think. What it means is don't be delusional. Don't go believing things just because you feel like you meditated them on some surface level, because a true spiritual master has entered samadhi. A true spiritual master has risen the energy in its entirety. And when you do that, okay, you have to understand, not everybody understands the difference between their own thoughts and the thoughts of an outside source. This is why wing nuts like Christian exist, okay? Not everybody likes it when I bring up Dr. George King. Not everybody thinks that, that he's a master, but in fact he is. A lot of people think that the stuff he talks about is a cult, and yet the things that he talks about is more in alignment with conservative spiritual thinking than any other so-called New Age belief anywhere, okay? And it's that way for a reason. see this John Saint Julien, Baba Wayanama. He is a complete beginner. Okay, he is doing these surface level meditations. He doesn't realize that what he's doing is considered concentration, and you're actually not supposed to blank your mind out. You're supposed to concentrate. Concentration leads to contemplation. Contemplation leads to meditation, and meditation is the samadhic state. There is nowhere in the Anunnaki text where it says the Anunnaki are aliens and they made us. What it says is the Anunnaki. What it describes is the same creation, right? That it describes in the Bible, where God takes His hand, scoops down out the dirt, forms a man, and then breathes life into it. Now, what Baba Wayanama does not understand is it is talking about Adamic man, a race that is, it's an Akashic record thing that existed on Earth and was born through the Logos of the Earth. Anyone who claims that they are contacting the Logos of the Earth is most likely lying. You understand? It's one of the holiest entities in the system. One of the holiest entities in the solar system. It's like saying anyone who says that they've contacted the sun is lying, because you didn't contact the sun. You have to be in one of these states. These very, very high, elevated states. And you don't always know what's going on. Dr. King, he had certain of these higher beings speak through him. If you're not in a positive trance, if you're in one of those lower negative type of trance, like John Saint Julien gets in, you'll get a bunch of New Age wishy-washy type information. You're not going to get the truth. This John Saint Julien, Baba Wayanama, whatever, talks about this time before the moon existed. And talking about how everything was great before the moon existed, and then the moon existed, and everything, oh my God, everything's terrible. Let me explain that, okay? Let me explain that for people who do not understand that. Adamic man was not modern man. Adamic man did not need the moon in order to reproduce. Adamic man was born through the Mother Earth. Do you know what happened once we blew up Maldek? We came to Earth with all our shitty karma. And then a certain diva had to come so that we would be able to reproduce sexually, because our vibration was not holy enough. We was not advanced enough to be born straight through the Logos of the Mother Earth, because the Logos of the Mother Earth is one of the most high vibrational things in the system. And I bring truth like this, truth that comes directly through a true Western master of yoga, and comes directly from the actual Akashic records, not some Christian bullshit. And then you got people like John Saint Babylon, whatever his name is, who's practically sleeping, got his eyes closed, practically sleeping, and thinks that he's getting information from the Logos of the Earth, or thinks he's getting information from God. God forbid the sun, or that he's getting information directly from Mother, Father, Creator. And he judges me based on my tone of voice of all ignorant things. These things are far deeper than a lot of people say. And anybody who says that this is all ego, trying to understand things logically, such people are devils, because they don't want you to realize the truth. The truth is not so simple to understand. It's simple for the most pure minds, but we have to work our way to that point. Otherwise, we are making guesses and having near-death experiences and thinking that we're knowing shit that we're not. So let's stop pretending we know and start admitting we don't for a damn change.